All right, new pattern for today. Today's pattern comes from 30, 60, 90 triangle, and it starts from a 60, 60, 60 triangle, which means all three angles are equal, which makes all three sides are equal. So let's just pick a number. Let's say this is 30. Well, that 30 is too big. How about 8, 8, 8? Now what happens if you cut the triangle in half? Well, you get a 90-degree here because it's height, and the top angle is 30. So that's the pattern that we'll be using is called 30, 60, 90 triangle. Okay, and what for the length, if you have those numbers, the length turns out to be well, this is still 8, comes from this side, and the bottom side is cut in half. So since the whole thing was 8, it's going to be 4. So you notice that hypotenuse is twice of the short side, the bottom side. It's called the short leg, but shorter leg, short side, same thing. Okay, so now what happens with this height, the dotted line? Well, you're going to be using Pythagorean theorem, a squared, b squared, c squared, and you're going to find out that this is, well, you're going to find out. I don't want to tell you now. So that's the pattern for today. Okay, so for number 1, you notice that this is 5 and 10 twice. So we're going to be using Pythagorean again, just like we did with the 45, 45, 90. So short size, small is from this 90 degree. You could tell it's the short side, right? So from the 90 degree, you get the short side, which is 5, short leg. And then you get the medium side, which is longer leg. And you get the largest side is the hypotenuse. So small, medium, large. A is small, B is medium, C is large. So if you work it out, what you're going to notice is that you're going to be subtracting instead of adding. So when you subtract 25, you're going to get 75. And you get rid of square by square rooting. And you must simplify. And what you're going to notice is that you're always going to have a 3 here. 3 times 75. I mean 25. 3 times 25 is 75. Why 3? Well, because we ended up subtracting, it's like 2 square minus 1 square, which is 4 minus 1. It's always going to be a 3 here. It's the pattern. Okay. So if you take the 25 out, x is 5 square root of 3. And that's the answer. So what is the number for x? It's 5 square root of 3. So if you notice, this is 5, and this is 5 square root of 3. And this is 5 times 2. So they all have 5. 5, 5, 5. Just like in a 45, 45, 90 triangle, you get, same number, 5, 5, and then 5 square root of 2. Well, instead of 5 square root of 2, you have 5, 5 square root of 3, and 5 times square root of 4. That's the pattern. Okay, so don't use a pattern for the first part. Just use a Pythagorean theorem and just notice stuff. So if you do number 7, same thing. So short starts from the 90 degrees. So short is 6. Medium is 6 square root of 3. And parentheses, please. Parentheses are important. And then the largest across from 90, hypotenuse, square. So this is 36. But here, 6 gets the square. So 36. Square root of 3 gets the square, which is square root of 9, which is just whole number 3. Okay, so if you multiply 36 times 3, it should be 108. 108 plus 36 is 144. Well, what do you know? Square root it, and you're going to get x is 12. That fits our pattern, 6. 6 times 2, and 6 times square root of 3. There's no square root of 5 or square root of 6 or square root of 7. It's just square root of 3 and, well, square root of 4. Okay, so now you're going to use the pattern on the back side. So here's a formula. Medium side is short side times square root of 3 for 30, 60, 90 triangle, and we know that's everything is going to be 30, 60, 90 triangle. And then hypotenuse is twice of the short leg. Okay, so number 9, medium is short side times square root of 3, and hypotenuse, the largest, is, I should just throw large equals. So medium, short side, and hypotenuse. I'll change to large later. Large is twice of the short side. Okay, so medium in this case is B. Short side is 4. Well, that's it. You cannot multiply whole number 4 and then square root of number 3, so you're done. That's the answer. Hypotenuse is A. Short side is 4 again. So this one, can I leave it as 2 times 4? No, it's the same kind of numbers. It's a whole number, so you need to multiply. You need to simplify. So square roots you can multiply together, whole numbers you can multiply together, whole number and a square root of a number, like the first part, you cannot multiply together. Okay, so use the formula. Let's try this one, number 13. Short side is, oh sorry, that's not true. Medium side is short times square root of 3, and the largest side, hypotenuse, is short times 2, or 2 times the short, doesn't matter. So medium side is the y, short side is, it looks short, is 5 square root of 5, and then times by square root of 3. Well, can I simplify? Yes, you can. So whole number 5, you cannot do anything with it. But square root of 5 and square root of 3, they're both square roots, and then you multiply them. Square root of 15. 5 times 3, 15. That's it. Now large side is across from here, so that would be x. Short side again is 5 square root of 5 times 2. This time, do we multiply square root of 5 times whole number 2? No, we multiply whole number 5 with whole number 2. 2 times 5 is 10, and then square root of 5 stays. Okay, same kinds of numbers can be multiplied together. Okay, I think I'm out of time, but better do one more. Okay, so that's number 17. Okay, so medium, short times square root of 3, large, twice of the short, 2 times s, or s times 2, doesn't matter. So medium side in this case, medium is this one, 2 square root of 3, short side is the y. Well, now what are we going to do? I made it simple. You want to get the y by itself, so we need to get rid of this square root of 3. How? Divide by square root of 3. Because it's times square root of 3, we got to do divided by square root of 3. That cancels out, and you get the y. Yay. On the other side, usually you have to do rationalizing, but not this time. 2 square root of 3 over square root of 3. They cancel out, so you get y equals 2. Okay, and then the large side. Well, large side is x. And there's 2 times the short side. And short side we just found out over here. Short side was the y. Y is 2. So 2 times 2, that's just 4. Okay, all right, so try it on your own.